Controversy over the dominant choice of an energy resource is ongoing, and may be until scarcity becomes more apparent. Of the competing sources, one that stands out in particular is solar energy. Solar energy is beneficial in ways such as minimizing ecological waste, ending foreign relation with hostile countries, and generally saving money. The problem that we face as a whole is that not enough people are aware of the potential solar energy has. Ignorance is what's keeping us back, and the change to solar energy should be promoted everywhere. Solar energy is beneficial in many economical aspects. One aspect is that it helps homeowners. The common man will find himself more independent, which happens to be a big trend here in America. Steve Wright states, "The federal government offers attractive subsidies for private individuals who install solar panels or solar heat devices in their homes. The opportunity for the average American to live off themselves and their own power source is new technology that most are not used to." However, the idea is not completely far-fetched. People will be saving money and cutting costs monthly with this solar switch. The owner purchases an installment of the solar panels for their house and then creates a contract with their local utility company to create energy and run it at low costs. In certain cases, if a solar-powered unit uses an amount of energy less than what they've made, then they can even sell the excess energy back to the utility company. The change to solar energy will also improve our efficiency as a country. America is amongst the top 3 leading ecological footprints of the world. The ecological footprint is measured by the demand each person has for resources in a selective place. With the use of fossil fuels, large amounts of waste, and non-biodegradable products in our environment, we rack up an impressively big footprint. We can minimize our footprint by making the switch to solar energy. With solar energy, there would be little to no ecological footprint repercussion, and we can meet the entire world's demand for energy, which would also lower the world's total footprint. This form of energy is not just more efficient than fossil fuel, but all other forms as well. For starters, it requires the least amount of space to power. Even if all the countries did not want to participate in allowing one country to power all the others, with solar power's small necessity for space, each country could possess their own solar energy farm with enough power to generate their own respective countries and keep from disrupting the environment's homeostasis. People are still yet intimidated by the dangerous process of making these solar panels. The constant crisis for energy will never vanish. As humans, we need energy to advance and evolve as a society. Looking at events such as the Cold War, we have been looking for energy that will take us further, faster, and will overall give us more knowledge about our ever-changing world. The demand for oil doesn't help the issue either, it only perpetuates it. With solar energy, this problem could potentially subside. Of course, we couldn't realistically do this now because of our current utilities that are driven by fossil fuels. However, the future remains bright for the companies that will rely on solar-powered energy, because the time of fossil fuels is drawing to a close. The movement to solar energy could drastically change our relationships as countries. Once we switch to an energy source that is environmentally friendly and can create millions of jobs throughout the world, it allows the focus of global issues to subside and give other foreign countries and companies the chance to focus on more important internal issues. At the moment, the UN is attempting to figure out a carbon emission cut goal. At this rate, they are hoping to prevent a 2-degree rise in temperature by 2020. We could prevent a 2 degrees temperature rise until 2050 by globally switching to solar energy. Solar power today accounts for only 0.04% of all electricity generated worldwide. Solar energy is a source that we are increasingly learning about as a society, and we will only push forward onto bigger and better things in